Welcome back to TCGU University, everybody. We're going to do another deck profile. This time it's going to be Geoffrey, or Geoffrey, however you want to pronounce it. This is Jeff's deck for Campus Championship this week, so make sure to show some love for him down below. Let's get into this profile. Okay, guys, like I said, this is Jeff's deck, so make sure to show some love down below. So Geoffrey is a 6/26 with Earth, Order, and Water. He has two abilities. R once per turn. After an attack is played, it gains Flash. I forgot that. When I was playing against this, I forgot that ability existed every turn I went in. And then if you have no cards in your hand, you may reduce its damage to 0. I also forgot it did that after remembering that it did give Flash, in fact. So I forgot both sides of those enhances a bunch. And then first F, commit 1 card in your opponent's staging area with a print difficulty of X, where X equals the number of characters in your staging area. Obviously, we're stacker characters, so we are playing 1 extra Geoffrey 1 dot. And then we'll move that over here because we won't need it because we're about to talk to you about Geoffrey 2 dot. He has the same symbols, same life, 2 new abilities. Are after a character card enters your staging area, freeze one of your opponent's committed foundations. So we basically kind of like you stun out with Geoffrey, freeze with Geoffrey 2 dot. And then E, once per turn, your opponent commits 1 foundation for each character in your staging area. So you commit 1 with this, and then say you built 2 of the 2 dots, you commit 3 more cards. So you basically commit 4 total in one turn, which is just nuts. But it's only a once per turn, so you have to choose how to use it wisely. Next, we're going into 4. Here we go. Here we go is a 3/5/0 low block with Breaker 2, really strong. E, remove, attach 1 character from your discard pile to your staging area that you can normally play. So you just attach it straight there from your discard pile. And then E, remove, add 1 character from your discard pile to your hand, and gives you a cool mid block as well. Super strong, gets us going. Next, we're going into the attacks. 3 of the 7-diff Prism Storm of Torment. Still checks with 3, so it's not a terrible card. Has Deadlock Stun 7, so your opponent's not allowed to go to Deadlock with you, as well as just having the committal for all of your Geoffreys is just really strong with its Stun 7. And then Gauge 7. Really strong. So it has to deal 7, which is a lot, but like if it's the last card you play because it has a cool static, it's a 7/7 to start off, and then has Gauge 7, so use that. And then if it happens to be the 7th card you attempt to play during a turn, it passes automatically and then gets 7 speed. So it just becomes a 14/7 if you've played 7 cards, which isn't too terribly hard. Like if you did, here we go, get a Geoffrey, play the Geoffrey. There's some draw engine in here as well. Do stuff like that. Get more cards. It just allows you to play this for free. But we mainly use it for its other ability of E. Add all characters that share a name with your starting character from your discard pile to your staging area attached to your character. Meaning you just play your Storm of Torment and dump your characters into your staging area and be able to go off for your next turn. It's really strong. Next, we're playing 4 Storm of Torment. Discard Momentum, add a character from your deck to your staging area that shares a name with it. Then if you have at least 2 characters, you get to discard this for free from your card pool afterwards. It's pretty neat. For Hyper Bomb, it's a great lead-in attack. 3 low for 5 with stun 2. If it's not blocked, you draw a card. If it is blocked, they wasted a card. And then if you have less vitality, you get to blow something up by committing a foundation, which sometimes can be helpful, sometimes can't. Then we're playing 2 Deep Freeze. This attack has stun 2, gets stun 3 from its own ability. It's a 3 mid for 7. The ability being R or E, discard momentum, seal up to 3 foundations of your opponents, and then it gets +1 to a stun rate, becoming a stun 3. You basically get 3 selected committal and by selecting 3 cards you're going to seal, because people would just commit those, as well as it's a 7 damage attack that you kind of just have to block. Then because we seal and commit things, 3 Frost Hammer. E, this attack is +1 speed for each of your opponents as sealed foundations. So you seal a bunch of things with like Deep Freeze and a couple other cards we have in the deck, and then it gets speed, and then it gets damage for all of your opponents committed, so you force them to commit out. You get a bunch of free damage. You hit them really hard. Then the last attack we're playing is Lightning Torture. If you have a character in your discard pile or in your staging area, at least 2 of them, this attack gets +3 damage. Pretty simple. And then it has gauge 4, so it becomes a 7 damage attack that basically on half block deals 4. Gauges you 1 anyways, so like pretty nuts. Gets you your characters. Onto the foundations. Playing 2 Mushroom Experimentation. Ditch 6s to play defense, as well as clearing our hand for Geoffrey, as well as it has the other ability to commit your character, discard 2, draw 2, which works really well if you want to flash something with Geoffrey and then commit it to discard 2, draw 2. It's really nice. 1 God of Thunder lets us destroy things to ready other things that we need, keeps us out of deadlock, pretty strong. 1 Refusing Let Go turns off more attacks. We basically turn off 1 attack with the flash. This basically prevents another attack from hitting us too hard. It's pretty neat. Playing 3 World Without Battle. This card allows us to give speed to our attacks to make sure they go through and we get to engage our character, or to neg speed to make sure we block really well. 4 Radical Edward. Once we check it, we get to pick up a Geoffrey from our discard pile, as well as having the ability to commit an asset or foundation with a keyword. It's going to be a really strong Nyx format for sure, just because everything has like a weapon on it, unique on it. It just means we get to always have a good target for our Radical Edwards. 1 Last of His Kind. Neg life for neg damage. Pretty neat. Block lows very easily, as well as having the other ability to E your turn. Flip, your opponent commits 1 of their foundations and freezes it, meaning they won't get it for the next turn as well. It just means you get to commit more things to make sure you can hit faster and harder. 4 Passing the Torch. Basically, draw 1 card, draw 2 cards. Works really well with him. You can outbuild. You can just dump your entire hand, flash something, face tank it, and then cool. I'll draw 2 cards because I have no cards in hand. Just lets you do some cheeky things. Because usually the idea is you have no cards in hand. I'll flash this, take no damage, and make sure I don't have to deal. Hopefully that's your last attack. That was your big beater. That was going to do the cool thing and win the game. And this just says, even if that wasn't, I still have a chance to live. 2 Loyal Friend. This seals a foundation, giving speed to our Frost Hammers, as well as just having the ability to seal a foundation that could be a problem for us. Is just really strong. 3 Fei for good blocking abilities. Just neg speed to cool block for free. 3 Malfestation. It's a 6 check with the 2 high blocks on a spam that protects us from stun. 2 Extended Lifespan. If you draw, I draw. 2 Voice of Reason. Just get rid of bad cards out of your hand to try and draw better cards, as well as just having the ability to have an extra spam that could sometimes save our life. As well as this also works with Geoffrey discards his hand. So like if you have no cards in hand, this forces each player to discard first and then draw second, which means even if you can't discard since it's not a cost, you can still draw the card, meaning you can still get a +1 from it. And then the last card, 4 Bear the Mackay Whistle. Basically we use this for the E flip. This attack is -2 to its gauge rating, and then you ditch a character from your deck to your discard pile for later. The other ability is not bad, but it only works if your opponent either goes through their deck or removes cards with bad checks. Is the only time you get advantage from it. Thanks again for checking out the profile, guys. If you like Jeff's Geoffrey deck, make sure to show your love down below. I'm sure he'll super enjoy that. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/TCGU Get a bunch of our content a week earlier before everyone else. If you don't have the money to help us and support us on Patreon, don't worry about it, guys. All the stuff comes out on a week later on YouTube, so you'll be able to see it there. Just show your love in the comments and whatnot. So make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe to the videos, guys. Hit that notification bell just in case you want to make sure you get notified when our videos come out. And as always, guys, stay learned.